So you can tell from the trailer that the film is sort of looking at these two different ideas of India and Indian women, and it's looking at these two extremes. For me, the film has been out for a couple of years and it's traveled the world, and it's only now finally coming to India.
There's nothing, it's just this movie, when I saw it, it impacted me so much. I've talked about it a lot. It impacted me so much and it makes you think. It's like when I saw the film and I saw that whole Durga Vahini camp and so many girls who participating in Miss India, I felt like I know them. Because growing up in small town, when you see these women, you feel like, when you see the girls and you see, I've seen my sister, I've seen people who walk with their head down, they're very self-conscious about their bodies, they're made to. And growing up, there's such a repression that when they want to come into their own, they need that validation from so many other things and not just from themselves. And this film, without saying anything, camera is just there and it makes you feel so strongly. And it actually shames you, it makes you feel that what are you doing? Actually, this film turned me into an anti-feminist in the sense that, the whole idea of the gender also being something that is used to empower you, where it should just be, men and women should just be, and should not need any kind of empowerment from anything. It should come from within and we should allow it to be. And this is the film that made me think, strong mirror to you. You just see yourself. And that's why I think this film needed to come out and needs to be seen. And I hope it makes the same impact it has made across the world in this country, because it is about our country. It's about us.
It's, as I said, it's so difficult to release documentaries in India. We sort of think of them as as very up and very doordarshan, and we don't realize that they've actually grown, and they're also a very valid form of storytelling. And Shimit wrote me this beautiful email which really inspired me to try to get the film out. So if I could just ask Shimit to say a few things.
And I watched the film and I was just shaken. At the end of it, I realized of all the films that are going on, being made in this country, we're the biggest movie-making country in the world right now. And this is the only honest portrayal of what's going on in this country. That I realized, and you see this film, you realize we're nowhere. And I think I just realized how sad our state is. And I think everybody, and it's actually ironic that this is the last place in the world this film is getting shown in, and actually I think it should have been the first place, And I think I think your way of making this film, there are 100 questions I keep asking myself, and how you're able to see this, and how you're able to put it out there, and and move me. And not portray anybody in one way or another. You're just there. It's just amazing. And I thank you for making this film.
I think the reason I was able to make the film that I made has, of course, a lot to do with the extraordinary women in the film. They are just so amazing. They were vulnerable. They were honest. They kind of bared their souls, and that it was a real privilege, actually, for me as a filmmaker to be able to capture that kind of honesty, and the fact that these women trusted me and my crew. And one of those women, of course, is the absolutely stunning and lovely and brilliant Pooja Chopra, who's here, and I would love for Pooja to say a few things. But one quick story. Pooja was actually, unbeknownst to you, Pooja was actually the person who made me think of the film in a completely different way.
Yes, it has been my story. More than me, I think it's been my mother's story. She's struggled through tough times. We all know it isn't easy now for a lady to bring up 2 daughters on her own. She did that 27 years ago. It wasn't an easy task. Being a part of our very, very special evening today. And a big thank you to Nisha. And I love my mom. This would not have been possible without her. I love my mom. I love her.
To know more about your favorite superstars, subscribe to Bollywood Wala now and hit like if you like this story.